Hey coaches, Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How you guys doing today? Hey, today I got a video on how to make risk coaches for football with Microsoft Excel. I had a couple of requests for this last couple of weeks. A guy was begging me today for a template, and I thought, hey, I can make one up fairly quickly. So I grabbed a old templates that I was using in 2017 for a Super Bowl team 12U that has a lot of my plays in there. So you guys can mix and match some of the play names and what I'm using, and hopefully that'll help. But here is a 8 play, one play on a 3x5 card here for a big window. So you can see there's a template there. I'll post this file over on my private group. But before we get too much further along, please like and subscribe to the channel if you get a chance. It really helps out the channel. Comment, all that good stuff. That helps the channel with the Google algorithm and YouTube algorithm. If you'd like to do more, head over to my playbook store at CoachParker.org. You can click this link here on this graphic. It'll take you over there. There's 17 books. And if you need to contact me, just hit that contact image there. It'll take you to the contact page. Do all that. Please like and subscribe, comment, really helps me out a ton. Thanks. So let's jump into it. So let's try to make a similar template like this. Might not be as pretty, but you got the template if you go over and grab it. But if you want to make your own, you can. So here's the one play. Here's a 2 play template. And I've got this thing sized up to 180% down here. But if I go back down to 100%, there it is. And so you can do that. Here's a game day speech that I left in here. Some old plays, some small old plays, 2-minute stuff. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Let me save that. Some scrimmage plays, some issues, some more plays. Like I said, you can grab a bunch of stuff out of here. More plays. This was for the video, but I don't think I'm going to use that. I'm not going to use that either. Here's some abbreviation for those plays in case you're wondering. Here's the books again. And let's get back to this in normal view. So when you come into Excel or maybe Google Sheets, I'm not familiar exactly with Google Sheets, but I am more familiar with Microsoft Excel on developing your risk coach for football plays. It's kind of like an experiment and an art because there's so many different brands of risk coaches and sizes, and the windows are so weird. Sometimes they'll work, sometimes they won't work because of the stitching. So I've always had to experiment and cut and go through this stuff quite a bit. So that's been my experience. So I do them on Excel, and that's one reason I haven't developed templates to sell, because I think, I can make this video. You should be able how to do it. Most everybody's used Excel, or hopefully they have, Word and PowerPoint. So if you haven't, well, this is how you can do it. Bring up Microsoft Excel. It'll bring up a blank sheet like this. So in one column, I've typed 3 little numbers here, the number symbol, and then I've typed in a 3 number here, 111, 112. Basically 10 plays are sitting there. And then next to it, I've typed in play for the first column there, or row column, and which is the second column, and I've typed in the play here. Very simple, nothing too fancy. And so what I'm trying to get here is, I know my card is 3.5. You may want to put a blank index card, try to put it into your sheet and get into your risk coach and get the exact height and width of the window, because it's really not a 3.5x5 card. It's a little bit shorter. You can get the exact measurements, and then we can come over here and kind of adjust that and play with that. But I even learned something today as I was playing with this. So even old dogs learn some new tricks. So I've typed in, I'm typing in 10 plays. I'm got my columns set up kind of how I like. I don't have the widths or the exact size of the font or whatever, but I do like, just as an FYI, Sitka subheading as the font, because it has the little edges on the numbers and the letters, which are easier to read. Supposedly, I think it's easier to read, especially if I shrink or size up. So I'm doing a 10 play window and a 1 play on the rows. So that's what I've got going on here on the 3x5 ish card, and that's kind of what we're trying to set up. So I've got this, and I've got it all typed in now. And so the thing that'll help you is you can kind of adjust it a little bit and see, let's bring that out. And then I can highlight the area that's actually going in my risk coach, and you can see that there. And then I can come over here to view, and I'm going to go page layout view, and I want to turn the ruler on. If it's not, there it is. And you can turn grid lines on and turn them off and on, and you can see the area now. And you can see the height, which is about 1, 2, 3. That's about 3, so it's going to be close. And then I've got about 3.5 here on there. So I know that I can probably get 4.5 to 4 3/4 in my card. So I'm just going to grab this B column, and I'm going to drag it. And it tells you width is 4.23. But I'm going to drag it on the ruler at about 4 3/4, and you see how it drug out there? Yep. And then I'm going to go back to normal view. I'm going to go back to home, and then I'm going to put a border around this and just highlight the area. And then I'm going to go up here to this border tool and put that little border thing around it. And that should give me a pretty close 10 play window with 1 play and a 3.5x5 card. And from here, I'm going to print that off and try to get and see if this area here, that's what I'll cut off my paper, to see if that will fit into my risk coach window. And if it does, cool, I can just now basically copy this here. And let's see. Copy that and copy that kind of over. And let's see, did it copy my row heights here? I can check my row heights, which is 19x5. Yep, it's all 19x5, which it should get close to a page. It did get a little bit close to a page, so I may want to delete. I don't need that column there in front of all of those, because I've got it at the top. And that should get me to 1 page. You see how I did that? And so I can save it. You'll save it. And then you can change your numbering here. And that should give you 3 rows. Now, what if I came back and it wasn't the right size, or it was too close to the window? So one thing, let's say if it's too close to the window on the left, what I can do is insert a column here and then make that a small column, real small. And so that will give me a little bit of margin there to move over. Or I could come in here and move these to the center. So that's a couple of ways you can do that. The other thing is was I just a hair too long? And so I can kind of move that over. And then I can come back, hit here, go back to view, page layout, and I can see, oh, I'm still a little bit over because I added that column there. So I'm going to just highlight the C column. And now I want to go to 4.5, and then I just shrunk it. And then I can go back to there, save it. And then I'm going to go to File, Print. And you see how it prints. And then I can print those off. So that's an easy, quick way to make up risk coaches in Excel. And of course, if you want to do 2 play on 1 window, you can come back over here and use this template here. Or you can, if you think you've learned enough, you can copy this here, shrink it up, and go through it like that. The one other thing that you may want to do, I like to turn this top thing into black and then white, and then center it a little bit. And so if you want to do that, make it fancy. The other thing you could do is if you wanted to make these easier to read sometimes, you can make these, you can skip lines and make these easier to read like that for your quarterback. Actually, I should have put it there too. Yeah. So there you go. So that's how to do it. But really, I've set up templates. Really, this first one should be good for a 3x5. I've tested it. It may be a little short. This one has worked for me. You know how to go through them now and shrink and resize. And if you're having trouble, just contact me. And there, like I said, is an 8-play risk coach template. Hopefully you've liked this video on how to make a risk coach template. Please like and subscribe, share, comment. Please comment if you get a chance. That really helps me out with the algorithms. If you want to do more, go over to my playbook store, buy a playbook, or just if you need to get a hold of me, contact me there also. So hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck making your risk coaches. Again, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. Thanks for joining me today. As always, play for fun and winning is funner. See you guys next time. Ciao.